Good morning to everyone and welcome to another update on the market. For today, I decided to cover Australian dollar versus US dollar. I will speak about the silver, crude oil, and Bitcoin versus US dollar. I will start with Australian dollar versus US dollar first. So basically we have the interest rate decision in Australia, and pretty much the decision was like the forecasted. And market reacted to the downside, and basically we have basically the breakdown of this consolidation that we created in the last, let's say, 2 weeks. And market is taking the pivot lows at 0.6380, and there is definitely chance for the further downside movement. Also metals, the downside environment on the metals is really helping also Australian dollar to go lower. So there is a chance for this retest of the 0.6 to 280 mark, even for the market to go towards the 0.6180, which is actually the key low from mid-October last year. Some alternative scenario will be really if the market can reject of the lows here. So make some kind of the climax or rejection and start to provide, but this will be a lots of things that market will need to do in order for that upside to happen from there. If that will happen, if we see the rotation here with aggressive buy kick in, then we may rotate to 0.6445. But at this point, at this stage, sellers are absolutely in control. Speaking of the silver also made a nice rejection a couple of days ago around 24.90, and also that's a very important pivot on the daily highs there we can see. So there is a definitely chance for the price to rotate downside towards 23 mark or even 22.50 mark. And we can see basically the market is in this kind of channeling environment, and basically since the mid-May this year. So strong rotation on Friday, and then we are having some very strong follow through this morning, and silver is down 1.3%, but still sellers are absolutely in control. Some alternative scenario really will be if we really can see some stronger buying power to make more like a V-shaped reversal, and then some build higher lows, towards the 24.30 or 24.40. Then we may see some upside rotation, but at this stage, really the sellers are under the control of this market. And speaking of the crude oil, so we had basically, which is it was Labor Day in the US, so we had a holiday yesterday, so we had pretty neutral and very tight consolidation yesterday. And so far, if we go, for example, from the hourly time frame, you can see that market is building more like a consolidation. So far it's happening. So I would like to see this, how this will develop. We also tested a previous swing high, and then market didn't find any buyers above. So it might be a sign for the lower prices and potential for the market to rotate lower and maybe even take the 85.50 area. And if something like this will start to develop and then there is some light rally, then there will be a chance for the lower prices even to take the 84.50 or even some previous swing high, maybe 84.90 and so on and so forth. So that's the one potential scenario. Of course, for the upside, maybe some more consolidation, then the break to the upside and hold above may lead the crude oil to the higher prices, and some of the next pivot points, let's say next one is the 87.80 mark. And if we speak about Bitcoin versus US dollar, this market is in a strong consolidation, sitting on the support zone around 25,600 mark, 24,900 mark. So really, if anything meaningful to the downside, I will really like to see the breakdown and hold below, because that will be a good sign for potential retest for 20,000 mark. That's a scenario for the downside. For upside, if we can really clear and then regain the power again and just hold on the upside, we might see then a rotation back up to 30,000 mark, or even 31,000 mark. So that will be all for this update, guys. I hope that you did enjoy. Trade safe, and speak to you from tomorrow morning.